easy, The Office. I definitely recommend it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very glad to hear that. Glad to hear that things went well.
Yeah.
That recommendations were to total fail. Okay. Well, we did have something, at least I prepared a little something that, I thought maybe we could just use it to prompt our
Hmm.
conversation today. Because we were talking last time about questions and like
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
feeling a little bit weird or maybe like unsure about
Yeah.
questions. So I
Yes.
just have a little something prepared. Nothing super big, I don't want to turn it
Yeah.
into a whole
Okay.
lesson. But I have basically just sort of like five different types of questions and sort of how you would go about asking them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go through them one by one, and then we could talk between them to see how you feel if you have any questions. If you,
Okay.
that's funny. You're gonna ask me questions about the questions.
Okay.
that's, that's a little bit how I'm feeling. So,
Yeah.
and then after we get through that, we can just go back to our conversation. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So
I
good.
wanted to make sure. Okay, well, actually, before I get into it, let me start because we only got on to questions for like the last like 5 minutes of our call. So I want to talk a little bit more about you. So you
Okay.
said sometimes you feel awkward. Do you feel awkward?
Oh, sorry. It's lagging.
No.
So sorry. It's lagging. Yeah. Yeah. Nice work. Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah. Now good.
That might be me here.
Okay.
You want to know what? It's lagging this early. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch Wi-Fi's because I know that sometimes I have problems on the Wi-Fi.
Uh,
I guess I forget what it's called. Okay, here. I'm gonna switch over. I'll be right
okay.
back. We might
Sure.
freeze for a second,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
I'll be right back. Okay,
Good.
awesome. Hopefully this is better.
Yeah.
Um, just because I know if we were having problems so early in the call, I didn't want to have to deal with it for the entire time. But what was I asking?
Talk
Oh,
about me, right?
yes.
Okay.
When it comes to questions, is it the content? So, like, the things, is it the topics that maybe you have trouble with, or is it just knowing how to actually formulate how to ask a question? So making sure all the words are correct.
Oh, I think that is the order to asking.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I might listen when they talking. It's easy, but when they asking some question, I don't understand a lot. Or even me, I want to ask some question, but I still struggling to put it together.
Totally fine. That's sort of what I thought, but I wanted to make sure first. So, there are going to be five different types
Okay.
of questions. Obviously, that's just sort of an estimate. There's a ton of different ways that you could ask something,
Yeah.
but there are five main types
Okay.
of ways that you can ask a question. So, the first one, and probably the easiest one, is just going to be a yes or no question.
Okay.
Um, and how you would sort of phrase a yes or no question is you're basically just going to use an auxiliary verb, which is a little bit of a fancy word. I'll
Mm-hmm.
explain what that is.
Okay.
An auxiliary verb, which is something like be or do or have. So it would be do, you could say, are you happy? That would
Are you
be the
happy?
to be.
Okay.
It's going to be conjugated
Okay.
into, of course, are, and it's
Yeah.
just going to be happy. You're just going to start with your verb and then, of course, put your actual question at the end of it.
Yes.
So, are you happy? Yes or no. You could ask, do, oh yeah, do you want to go to dinner using the to do verb?
Okay.
That's a simple. So, do you want to go to dinner? Yes or no. Um, Sorry. And there's a ton of different ways that you could ask these questions because they're so simple. You could also use the have verb. So, have you ever been to the beach? Is just
Mm-hmm.
going to be a yes
Yes.
or no. So, those are always going to start with an auxiliary verb of are, do, or have.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? That's probably fairly simple.
Yeah. So it's some question simple. I think I can get it, but I mean like the questions will start with WH.
Yes, that is where we are going to get a little more
Yeah, yeah,
complicated.
yeah. It's more
Just wanted to
complicated
start
than yeah.
I just wanted to start simple. I didn't think you'd have any problems, but
Okay.
the most basic ones are gonna be the yes, no, and there's gonna be are, do, or have. So,
Okay.
are you happy? Do you wanna go to the beach? Have you ever had pizza? You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And those
Okay.
are yes or no. So, the type of questions that you are talking about actually are going to be the WH questions, like you
Yeah.
said. And those questions can be a little bit more complicated because um, the prompting word, so the
Mhm.
WH word, they
Yeah.
all sound very similar, but they have different meanings.
Yes.
So here, let me send a link over to you actually, or maybe not a link. Maybe I'll just screen share. Um, because it's going to be a list of all those WH words with a definition. So let me screen share. And they are going to be these words. So if you're asking who,
Cool.
you
Yeah.
are going to be talking about a person or an animal, something that is alive and has an identity.
Okay.
So, who is your favorite kid? You're asking which one of the kids is your favorite. Who is your favorite cat? You're going to be asking which one of the cats, which are
Okay.
people or not people, but alive with identities. Um, you're going to be talking about people.
Okay.
What is going to be talking about? It can be used for, it's actually sort of a catch all, but here they're going to say it's going to be things, actions, or information. What is probably going to be the one that is going to be the most useful for you,
Yes.
like in terms of asking questions? Um, because that is sort of used to refer to almost anything that really is not like a person or a location. It's going to catch all of the nouns and the verbs.
Hmm.
So, what is your favorite color?
Yes.
You can answer that.
Oh, my favorite color is blue.
Perfect. What is the time?
It's
Right.
3:12 p.m. Yeah.
Oh, I always forget. For me, it's 5. But you're right. For you, it is
Yeah.
3:12. Uh, what state do you live in?
I live in California.
See, It is going to be the WH word
Okay.
that is gonna serve the largest purpose. Um, when is, of course, going to be about time. That's gonna be pretty simple. So, when are you coming over? When am I going to see you?
Mm-hmm.
When did she get back from vacation? If you're using the when, you're trying to prompt the person to tell you about like a specific time.
Okay.
Where is location. So if you're asking where something is, you are prompting the person to tell you the location of, I don't know, the action, the object, wherever the the subject of your sentence is occurring. So again, I said, where are you? Where is she? Where is the dog? Where is the cat? Where is the house? All of those sentences are going to prompt like a location. So, where is the
Okay.
dog? He's in the living room. Um, we have why, which is going to be our reasoning question. So, you know how you were saying earlier that, not earlier, but maybe during our last call, you said that sometimes you feel like you ask questions and maybe it'll get an answer, but not an explanation. Do I I feel like I remember you saying that maybe you're able it's very easy to ask yes or no, but to ask questions that lead to conversation is a little
Yes.
harder,
Yeah, right.
correct?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
correct.
Yes, okay. This is going to be your most useful question. So when you ask someone why, you are going to be asking their reasoning, which is
Yes.
going to prompt them to, I don't know, give you maybe a little bit of a deeper answer.
Oh, yeah.
I will say though, why you have to be careful with it because sometimes people can see it as maybe being um, confrontational,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they'll see it as you maybe, I don't know, questioning their judgment.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so I will say it's really great if you're using it in like a productive way. You know,
Okay.
like if
Yeah.
I was, why are you here on italki taking calls? I'm
Yes.
prompting you to give me a deeper reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But someone could also be offended if you ask them, like, I guess, why do you look like that? You know, something
Yeah.
like that,
Okay. Yeah.
and sort of
This can
prompt them
prove.
to feel like, yeah. So really good, but make sure you're using it in like a productive way to not
Okay.
accidentally offend. Um, then we have how, which is going to be asking about, like they said here, manner or method. What that means is basically if you're asking someone how they did something, you're asking them to walk you through some type of process.
Okay.
So if I asked you, how do you, how do you get to the store? I'm asking you to sort of describe the process of going from one location to another location. In this case, it would be the store. Um, then we have which is going to allow the person that you are asking to choose between different options. So if
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you, um, I don't know, which movie is your favorite, The Hangover or The Ring, right? I'm presenting you with options and I'm going to ask you to choose between the two options. Now, it doesn't have to be two options. You could say going back to color, you could say, which color is your favorite?
Okay.
You're asking them to pick between all of the colors that exist and
Okay.
present you with their favorite one. So, You can also use multiple of these questions to arrive at the same location. If me asking what is your favorite color and asking which is your favorite color, they lead to the same conclusion. You know, in the end, I'm
Okay.
finding out which one is your color, no matter what. Um, but not every single question can have multiple WH words with it. So you can interchange them for things that maybe are a little bit more vague, but also something like where or when is going to be a little bit more specific to the question that you're asking.
Yeah.
So that was very long. That's a lot of WHs. So I want to turn it to you. Do you
Yes.
have
Yeah.
any specific questions about this?
I just asking like in sometime I see that they combine with each other, right? Like sometimes I see
Can.
how combine with what? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. You can combine all of these questions with each other um, to add more specificity or to make your question more specific.
Yeah.
Um, I guess, look, it has a few little examples down here. So, something like how much is going to specifically talk about like price, how long is going to talk about duration, what time is going to ask about the specific timing.
Yeah.
So, something that like when, you know, which is also asking about time.
Yeah.
You can use the like we were talking about what with a more specific noun after it to achieve the same effect. So, when am I supposed to come over? What time am I supposed to come over? They're both different WHs, you know, WH
Okay.
words, but they are being used to ask the same type of question. So you are totally right that what I am telling you is just a very basic overview
Yeah. Yeah.
of these questions. Yeah, there is definitely times where these can sort of be put together or used in different contexts to have different meanings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have any specific, like, maybe an example that
Mm,
you sometimes it's easier when we have examples?
uh, I think my question is usually I'm asking about futures. What are you gonna do today? Uh,
If
yeah.
you're talking about something in the future, most of these can all be used
Yeah.
to the future tense as well. You would just, I guess, have to use some of your other vocabulary or your future conjugations
Mhm.
to indicate that you are asking for the future. So you could just say, what time are we supposed to meet tomorrow?
Okay.
Um, you were just going to, again, use your vocabulary to indicate where, I guess, in the past, present, or future, the question is taking place. Because all of these can be used in the past, the present, and the
Yeah.
future. So don't feel like you have to change these. Don't feel like
Hmm.
these need to be conjugated or changed anyway. These are all these are all able to be used in any type of tense, yeah, in any type of
Yes.
conjugation. So I guess an example would be we were talking a little bit about auxiliary verbs, which, that's a little bit of a big
Okay.
word. But what auxiliary verbs are, they're just the I'm sorry. I keep
It's totally
running
fine.
to well, I could not sleep last night. So I am
Really?
a little bit yes, I could not
Mm,
sleep.
why? You
I don't know.
studying?
No, not even studying. I tried to go to bed at like midnight. Usually I go to bed at around midnight. And then I
Oh,
just laid in bed till like 4 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't sleep. It was it was sort of weird. Probably
this
should have
is
taken
terrible.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, it was not good.
Yeah. It's sometimes like I
This
think something is stronger. I can sleep as well as you.
it actually probably was my fault because,
Yeah.
thinking about it, I had a Dr. Pepper
Oh yeah.
probably too late, which has
Yeah.
caffeine,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's right.
I I think it kept me up. But
Yeah.
so if you see me yawning, I'm not bored. I'm just a little tired. I didn't get a ton of
Yeah, I know it.
sleep. Well, the auxiliary verbs are sort of the basic verbs that we have, the basic helping verbs that we have in English. So that is something like to be, that is like
Yeah.
our most basic verb form. And that would be conjugated like I am, he is, you are, they, wait, I am, you are, he, she, it is, they are, we are. Yes, I had to go through my conjugation. Um, but there's going also do, which is going to say I have, he has, she has, it has. Those very very basic verbs that I'm sure you're familiar with.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just using a fancy word to talk about them. Um, but you are going to use those verbs and those conjugations to change the meaning of these questions when it comes to tense, not the actual WH words themselves. Yeah. So when did we go to the beach? When will we go to the beach? Those are both questions asking about time, but because we see the conjugation of the to do verb that we're
Mhm.
conjugating, that is what changes it from past to present. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about changing the words themselves. Yeah. Yeah. So if you were worried about future, you're just going to use the future tense. So
Yeah.
when will we go to the beach? It's conjugated in future tense. We're all good.
I just like so a little bit confused when to use the past perfect. No, it's not perfect. It's just perfect. The present perfect or sometimes to use past perfect. So how to what time is the best to use those tense?
Sorry. I lost you for a second, but I think we're good. What was your question? So you
Oh, it's
said past
yeah. It's about perfect.
three.
The present perfect, or sometimes it's a part perfect in question. I think it's a little bit confusing.
Okay. So using perfect tense in
Mm-hmm.
relation to questions.
Yes.
Perfect tense is, let me actually pull up something else that I think could be helpful. I could also totally send this to you as well.
Yeah.
Um, actually, here, let me make sure I am sharing. Stop presenting, and then share this one instead. This is another website that I really like. This is my verb tense Bible. This is like
Mm.
this is my
Oh,
favorite thing. So it is a website that explains all of the different verb tenses, how you use
oh,
them, and then gives examples. Let me find perfect tense. So perfect tense indicates that an action occurred continuously in the past and still happens in the present, meaning that the action started in the past and continues to the present when you are talking about it. So
oh,
when I'm trying to think of an example because you were right. I think that would be rare
yeah,
to use this verb tense when asking a question. But I think you could possibly use it when, where was it? Past perfect. I think you can use this verb tense when maybe you are asking about the start date of the continuous action.
okay.
So let's go back over to English. Let's go back over to our WH questions. I guess you could say something like, when when had we when had we started going to the lake house for the summer? You're asking about an action that started in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking a question about an action that started in the past and continued into the present.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are uses for it, like I just sort of gave an example of. When had we started going to the lake house for the summer? You started going to the lake house in the past. You are continuing to go to the lake house in the present, but you are questioning maybe the start point
Okay.
of that action, that continuing action. So, but you are also totally right that that's a very limited use.
So
Not
basically, it's not usually like in common in not asking a lot about past about um, perfect tense, right?
Yeah, I would say that most questions, I personally would just try to use them either in like a simple tense. I think that a lot of questions can be conjugated in different ways, but the example you are using, I wouldn't say is a super common use
Yeah.
because it is so hyper specific.
Yeah, and I think that's I see that a lot because I go to the school, so maybe they in the textbook they ask a lot of questions about
Yes.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
in my opinion, yeah,
Yeah, I will also say you are totally right to say that there is a huge difference between conversational English and um, like educational English, English that
yeah,
you're going to be learning. There is a total difference. So things that you are seeing maybe in a textbook, I am not telling you they are not important. They are important to know. In
yeah,
the case that you actually do have that hyper specific question to ask, because that's life. It's
yeah,
great to be able to like express yourself totally, no matter how common the situation is. Um, but I will say that it is not common.
yeah,
I will. It is not common. But if you are getting questions like that, especially like in a textbook in like a school setting,
yes,
um, I am just letting you know that these questions, yeah, they don't change depending on the conjugation. It's always going to be who, what, when, where, why.
okay, yeah,
So the conjugation will change depending on the conjugation rules, which you seem very familiar with. Yeah, all the present perfect, the continuous, the perfect continuous, all that. Um, that will change, not these words.
Yeah, it's just surprisingly because every time I learn about some grammar in the textbook, so when talking with people in conversation, but I don't heard about like past perfect or perfect per- perfect tense a lot. So that I forgot the function of this. So
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, but I'm keep studying in the school. So that's why I struggling with that. Like when I go to school, they have a lot of questions like that. So it make me get a lot of fuzzy.
No, I
Yeah.
totally I guess maybe again, this is just sort of my perspective on maybe why those like harder, more complicated verb tenses don't really go with questions. Um, I know that when I am using those harder, more, I guess, convoluted, more complicated verb tenses, I'm using them to tell a story. So I'm
Hmm.
making like a timeline of events.
Yeah.
Um, we can see over here, let me go back to my little verb tenses chart. There we go. Um, let's use perfect continuous because it's probably the most convoluted and has the biggest timeline.
Oh
So if we
yeah.
were going to talk about um, something that we'll pick future. In future perfect continuous, I will have been helping my neighbor for a year next month. What that sentence means is that the action started in the past. So the helping started
Yeah.
in the past. It is continuing into the future. So I'm still presently helping my
Yeah.
neighbor. And I am talking about an end point to that helping in the future. So
Yeah.
it started in the past, is continuing into the present, and will end in the future. That's the
Oh.
timeline of the verb, that's the timeline of events. Um, and when you were trying to explain a timeline that is a little bit complicated like
Mm.
that,
Yeah.
um, you're usually not explaining that in a question form.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Okay.
usually these verbs, you're doing the explaining, not
Okay.
asking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just think maybe those two forms of communication really don't fit together because one is asking and one is more of an explanation. So you don't really ask a question with an explanation in it. Does
Oh
that
yeah. Hmm.
make a little bit of sense?
All right.
It's
I got it.
yeah. So um oh no, did I lose you? Oh, there we go. Sorry. You probably don't know this. I have you been on italki before? Like, have
Uh
you ever used the classroom before?
yeah. One time before I used italki, but I don't think it's the network is better than Google Meet, right?
Gotcha. Sorry.
I think the connection is not I think it's not like good um than Google Meet.
Yes. Yeah. I think Google Meet is better. I think
Yeah.
maybe next Meet I will just send you another
Yeah. Okay.
Google Meet.
Yeah.
But I will try. And I was also gonna say that this the classroom actually used to be better, but they changed it and they like upgraded it. But
Oh.
by upgrading it, they made like the video quality worse. I don't know if they made it more complicated, but I was gonna say maybe next time we should
Yeah.
use
Yeah. The last time
Google
we
Meet.
don't have any issue. You know?
'Cause you keep like sort of pausing on me
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Me too.
Um, okay, okay. I'm glad to know that I'm not alone. Um, let me go. That was probably the most in-depth questioning. Let me do the last three that are really easy. Actually, we probably don't even need to do number five. I'll just go over the next two. So if you're going to be asking a choice question, that's a question that um, you are going to be giving options for the person to pick from. You're going to be using the WH verbs that we talked about, so the who, what, when, where, why, but you're also going to be including the word or in between your options.
Okay.
So WH verbs, WH questions can be open-ended. What is your favorite color? You're giving them all the colors of the rainbow to choose from.
Okay.
But if you wanted to maybe limit their choice a little bit, make them pick between options that you're presenting, you're going to use the word or. So if I said, what's your favorite color? You would say blue. If I said, what's your favorite color, red or green? You'd be
Mm-hmm.
limited to those two options that I was
Yeah.
presenting. So you'd have to pick between the red or the green. But really simple. If you get the WH verbs, you just add or. And then um, the last question, the last format that you can use to ask questions is going to be something called a tag question. And
Mm-hmm.
so what that is you're actually, most of the sentence is going to be you making a statement. So you're going to say something like, you're coming to the party. That's the statement.
Mm-hmm.
The end of it, you're going to add a little tag that turns the statement into a question. You're turning it into a yes or no question by saying, aren't you?
Aren't you?
So,
Okay.
so if I said, you're coming to the party, aren't you? You know that I am asking you to confirm or deny the statement that I am
Okay.
making. So, um, your favorite color is blue, isn't it? Your answer would be
Yes.
yep. So that's just taking a statement and then adding a
Yeah.
little something like aren't, isn't it, don't you at the end to turn it into a yes or no question.
Okay.
So those were sort of simple. Do you have any questions on that though?
So you come to the party. I thought that you do. No, don't you? Or
Sorry?
aren't you? You come to the party. Don't you? Or aren't you? Which one is correct?
It would not be don't you because the um like I said earlier, when we are asking questions, we're going to be using a lot of auxiliary
Oh,
verbs. So
yeah.
that's going to be to do,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be, um, and you're coming to the party. The correct auxiliary verb would be are, aren't you?
Oh, okay.
I guess an instance where you could use don't you, maybe you could ask a question like, um, you like the beach, don't you?
Oh, okay.
So basically how to figure that out would be, so take the question and turn it into a statement. The verb that you use in that statement is going to
Okay.
be the verb that you use to ask the question.
Okay.
So, you like the beach, don't you? I do like the beach.
Okay.
Are you coming to the party? I am coming to the party, aren't you? So, you're going to make sure that if you're going to say it in a statement form,
Okay.
you are going to use that same verb tense. That's how you
Okay.
sort of match them up. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is a little bit of a, you know, it is a little complicated. Sometimes it's just easier to say, just ask a yes or no question
Yeah.
as opposed to trying
Yeah, right.
to do these. But it is something that is available to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions about any of this craziness?
No, I think that's it because with the question because I think because I'm not used to ask a lot, so maybe I don't have a confidence to asking. Even I know it, but when it comes to question, I kind of confusing to speak
Mhm.
with one to better. So I think to get more confident, I should practice more.
Well, we have about 20 minutes left,
Yeah,
so I did my part. I'm turning it over to you. You can ask me any questions, and it can be in any. Or would would it be easier for you if I gave you forms that you should ask the questions, or would you like it to be more open-ended, where you could just pick whatever form you feel comfortable practicing?
I think you should give me some topic. I can ask the question about it.
Well, let's start with yes or no questions,
Okay.
to where I we will just ask back and forth, yes or no questions. So I will ask, and then you can answer, and then you could ask me, and you could
Okay.
mimic my question or not, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Sure.
So, hmm, do you like California?
I do like California. How about you?
Oh,
Do you like your steak?
I do like my state. I do like Texas.
Hmm.
Do you do you like the weather where you live?
Uh, yeah, I love my the weather here. It's kind of warm. How about the weather in Texas?
Very good. I like the how because that is jumping from just a yes or no. By
Okay,
saying
okay.
how, you're asking me to give you a little bit more detail. So, how's the
Yeah.
weather in Texas? The weather in Texas is very good most of the time. We get a lot of rain though,
Oh,
which I don't. Yes, very rainy in Texas. Is where I live. We get a lot of hurricanes.
okay.
Um, Other than that, I do like the weather in Texas. Do you like the food in California?
Oh, I love the food in California. Uh, do you like to hang out with your friends?
I do like to hang out with my friends. I like to go to restaurants.
Oh,
We have a lot of restaurants here. That's sort of what Houston is known for, is restaurants.
a
Just
restaurant.
because we're a very, very diverse city,
Yeah.
very diverse city. So we have a ton of different types of restaurants. So I like to hang out with my friends and go
Oh,
eat
so
at like
so
cafe.
I have a question. I heard
Yeah.
somebody say that I when I asked to them, do you like to hang out? Sometimes they answers that they like to fool around. What does it mean?
Fool around. Well, there are two meanings to the word fool around.
Yeah.
And one of them is innocent. To say that you like to fool around is just like you sort of like to mess around. You like to be funny. You like to be
Oh,
goofy.
okay. Yeah.
It sort of means a clown, just hanging
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
way. I will warn you though, if someone says they are fooling around, it can also mean that they are maybe in a relationship with somebody and
Oh,
that they
okay.
are doing things that people in a relationship do. So you have
Oh,
to be
okay.
careful
Okay.
because you don't want to insinuate that maybe you are doing things that are
Yeah.
a little bit PG-13. So there are
Okay.
two meanings. You want to be very clear about which meaning
I got you.
you're going to be
Okay.
which. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, but that's vocabulary,
Yeah.
Sometimes there'll be a
Yeah.
double meaning that'll sort of hit you in the face if you don't know it.
Yeah.
Uh, what? Okay. How do you so you like the food in California, you like the weather. Do you think you'll like Virginia more?
Pardon?
Sorry, do you think you'll like Virginia more?
I'm not sure. Yes. because I never lived there for I need to live there for a long time, so maybe figure out later.
Okay. Okay.
Uh do you have plan for your future?
Do I have plans for my future? Yes. I want to buy a house. We've been looking at
Oh,
houses.
that is
We've
big
been looking.
goal.
Yes, yes, I do. I want to buy a house. Um, because where I live, renting is worth it in a lot of states. So I think there
Yeah,
are a lot of states where it's smarter to rent.
yeah,
Texas is not one of them. In
yeah.
Texas, it's better to purchase, I think. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I think it's better to buy in Texas. So I am we're looking at buying a house. That's my big future plan. Yeah. Okay. Well, very good. How did you feel? Do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah,
You know,
I feel
like
more
that?
comfortable.
Yeah, I was very happy. I heard no comment. I heard nothing that I would question at all. So very good. I'm gonna give you a big check for yes or no questions.
Thank you.
Well, let's move on to our next type, which I think will be more fun. Let's ask some WH questions. Now, I will type them out for you. Just, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Just so they're like written out, so you could have a little bank of information. Oh, I almost. One thing, it's funny. English is my first language. I've spoken it my entire life, and to this day, I still forget the difference between where and where. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Oh, and which. How, which. So I just have those over there in the comments, just so we have a little bank to
Yeah.
choose from. But let me start this time.
Okay. So, who do you like the most in your family?
Who do I like the most in my family? Well, I love my family. I have my mom, my dad, I have my sister, and then I have a brother who passed away in 2023. So I love my
I'm
family.
sorry.
But who? Oh, no problems. It's okay. It's totally fine. But I'd probably say I love them all equally. I probably like my sister the most.
Oh, yeah.
I probably like my sister the most, even though I love everybody.
Yeah.
But I like my sister a lot.
A
She's
little
20.
sister? Oh, sorry. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
20, and I'm 24. So we're close enough in age that
Mm-hmm.
we get along.
Yeah.
Um, but I also am older. She's probably my favorite. What about you? Who is your favorite person to hang out with in your family?
My favorite, I think is my brother.
Your
He,
brother.
yeah, my brother, he's older than me. He's 20. Oh no, he's 30. He 33.
33, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But he protect me when I was a kid. So I think
Oh,
I like him the most.
well, yeah. That's what siblings are for. And I'm an older sibling. I'm the oldest actually. So,
Yeah,
I'll let you know that that's what we're here for.
yeah,
Because I'm very, very protective over
yeah.
my sibling, for sure. Okay. Well, your turn.
Okay. Um, what uh, what you gonna do if you buy what you gonna do to save enough money to buy a house?
That's hard. Well, I actually I am very lucky because plan is so far
Yeah.
is so my boyfriend's parents, they're really wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
and they have okay, when I say this, I'm just gonna be real. They're quite wealthy. They have a lot of money. Um,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's
and
lucky.
so yeah, so they're not don't worry, they're not buying
Mm,
us a house.
yeah.
What plan is they're gonna buy a lot of land. They want to
Oh.
buy like a big land, and then we would just be able to buy a small part of it from them to build a house on.
Oh.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll still be, of course, buying a house. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not just gonna like take a house from them,
Yeah.
but we've got we've got a really good deal because we'll be able to pay them um, more, I think, fairly, a little bit easier than trying to buy
Yeah.
on right now. So, yeah,
You
that's the
deserve.
plan.
You are deserve. You
Yeah,
deserve. Yeah.
we're we're gonna try. We're gonna try our best um, to you know get one done. So that's the plan so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe if they buy a house with land on it. I mean, maybe
Mm-hmm.
if they buy land with a house on it, maybe we'd buy that house from them.
Yeah.
Either way, it'd be a little bit easier, a little bit more discounted. Yeah. So that's the plan so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, what is a question that I have for you? Oh, um,
Just open-minded. I'm open-minded.
I know
Yeah.
it is. It's sometimes it gets a little. What do I want to know? Um, um, oh, well, first of all, let me ask you this. Do you have pets? Do you have animals? Which
I
is a yes or
y-
no. I know I'm cheating a
oh
little bit.
no. Right now it's no. If
Okay.
I used to have a dog in my country, but when I come here, I move a lot, so right now it's no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I was gonna ask, you know, what's your favorite animal? Like, do you have any pets? But
Oh
I'll
yeah.
just ask that. Favorite
My
animal.
my favorite animal, I think, is a dog.
It's a dog.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna double up. Why is that your favorite animal?
because uh, dog is friendly, and they are uh, how to say, it's like they energy like then
I
fluffy.
totally understand. Yes, they
Yeah,
just they have a personality, you know,
yeah,
they're just energetic and
yeah,
very
like
nice.
energy. Yeah, and they like I just like the cute little chick, not too big, not too big.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. I have 2 dogs and 3 cats, so I have a
Oh,
lot of animals.
nice.
I do. I have a lot. So I totally understand. I also love animals.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Uh, so mm, how's about the price? Uh, uh, how the house is pricey in Texas?
How pricey is it in Texas?
Yeah. This is this is it the house is pricey in Texas, right?
Well, I would say first of all, it really, really depends on where you are because
Mm-hmm.
Austin, like I was sort of telling you, Austin's like California.
Mm-hmm.
Austin is very expensive. The houses there are
Oh,
millions of dollars.
oh,
Dallas also is on the pricier side. A lot of rich people live in Dallas because that's where a lot of the big companies that are in
Oh.
Texas or in Dallas. Houston, still sort of expensive, but definitely not as expensive as Austin.
Mhm.
Um, I would say, like, where I live in Houston, the average house is probably somewhere between maybe, gosh, I'm gonna say somewhere between 200,000 to 500,000.
That's
It's
good.
like that
Yeah.
average. It's not
Yeah.
horrible. Now, there definitely are houses that are, like, in the millions where I live. You can buy a
Yeah.
house for $1,000,000,
Yes.
but those are nicer houses. Like an average single family home is probably somewhere between 2 and 500,000, 200,000
Mm.
and 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I know California is a lot
Yeah.
more
But
expensive.
California, the house is like too old, you know. In Texas, I heard that the house is new. They build the new house a
Yes,
lot. Yeah.
my the house that I live in now was built in 2017. So it's
Oh,
like
it's still
10 years.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and only one family lived in it before us. So they
Yeah.
built the house and then sold it to us. So
Oh.
houses are new around where I live. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Except, there are older neighborhoods,
Yeah.
but a lot of new builds
Hmm.
in Texas. Okay. I have one more question for you before I let you go. How was
Okay.
the call today?
I, oh, uh, today is I think the day is a little bit a lot of things to learn, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel excited because I feel a little bit comfortable to asking questions. Um, yeah, with your
Yeah.
helping, you know. So uh,
Well, I am
let's
very
say
glad to hear that.
mm-hmm.
I also want to say yes. I am 100% fully aware that this was a ton of information. So
Sure.
don't think that you have to like take everything in.
Yes.
In this moment. I will send you the resources that I used today. So I'll send you the verb tenses chart and then also the list of all the different types of questions. Um, just think on it.
Sure.
If
Yeah.
anything comes up and you want to talk about it next time, I'm always super, super happy to continue. Next time will be a little bit chiller. Probably won't have a
Yes.
topic. We'll just do a little bit of conversation and see what comes.
Sure.
Okay. Does
Okay.
that
See
sound
you. Okay.
good?
That's good.
Okay. Well, I will
Okay.
see
See
you
you
next
then.
time.
Bye. Bye. See you.
Bye.